Hey everyone, we're almost done for this week. So for our first week of classes, I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted to talk a little bit about the course and then have you do a couple more things course related. You may have noticed at the beginning of the syllabus, instead of the usual kind of preamble, I just added a section that said, what will you be doing this semester? Because really when I think about a syllabus, that's what really matters. And we're going to be kind of building this ourselves. And I've really organized this course into two different things. We have the things that you're going to have to do for CDE that are kind of exciting, the capstone things that you're going to be doing in your internship. And then we have some things that we're going to be doing just within our course itself to kind of like build and collaborate, share community, things along those lines. And so that first part, that idea of what we're going to be kind of sharing with CDE is going to be very much so connected to your opportunities to think about student learning. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at it. I call it like the 5280 view. We're going to be looking at unit planning, which is something you may not have done a whole lot of so far in your program. And so we're going to look at a specific unit planning template. We're going to think about the students that we have, and we're going to build our dream unit. Some people actually connect it to a unit that they're doing in their school, and that's fine. But it's not always easy necessarily to plan and make time for that. And so I'm calling this our dream unit. So I want you to kind of be able to think about and come up with the dream unit that you would love to teach. And it's just going to be filling out a template, thinking about the big picture. We're not building lessons. It's just going to be thinking about how do we think about language demands, cognitive demand, all of these things, goals. How do we think about all of these things at a higher level at the unit planning view? Then the other things we're going to do is you're going to plan, enact, and reflect upon 3 to 5 consecutive lessons and an assessment. So you're going to build those lessons using our template. You're going to reflect upon them. You're going to write up all the things that we think about, similar language demands, cognitive demand, all those kind of fun things. How they connect to standards, how they connect to outcomes, things like that. And then with the assessment, you're going to actually give that assessment connected to those lessons in your internship. You're going to collect data, you're going to analyze it, you're going to give students feedback, and you're really going to talk about, what do I know about student knowledge at the end of this? What did my students actually learn? And why does that matter? Connected to specifically who the students are. Because my favorite document that you're going to do in this course is the context for learning document that I've already sent out to you. And that particular document is going to have you think about, what is my context and what does that mean when we're doing our planning? So that's kind of the big picture stuff that we're going to do connected to your internship. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to kind of collect and really aggregate all of the things that we talk about, all of our ideas, all the things that we've learned, interesting readings that we've done in one place. And so in our asynchronous weeks, we'll have some stuff that we're going to talk here in Slack, and then some stuff we're actually going to add to what I call an open resource or open ed textbooks. We're going to actually build a textbook for this course. Not in the traditional sense of a textbook, but in a way that is kind of us collecting notes that we can just always have as we think about learning. And that's our course. And so connected to all of that, this is what we're going to do for the last part of this session. The very first section is the task 1 section in this course, and that's all around the context for learning and the unit planning. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you create and log into your hypothesis account. And this time, instead of doing hypothesis in the Canvas shell, you're going to log into Canvas, into our Canvas group, and you're going to annotate those task 1 documents. And then I'm going to write back to you and give you a DM in, I'll add stuff to Canvas, but I'll also give you kind of DMs, hopefully that we can kind of continue that conversation and I can answer any of the questions that you have. What are you thinking? What do you wonder about those? I'm going to have you do that. I'm also going to have you think about, what does it mean to be a STEM teacher? I'm going to have you look at some quotes anywhere from kind of some of my favorite people that talk about culturally responsive teaching, anywhere from Chris Emden and Hip Hop Ed to Bell Hooks. And I want you to take one of those quotes that I've given, and I want you to think about which one of those really connects to you, and write a little bit in Slack about what does that mean to you as a STEM teacher? And then lastly, I'm going to ask you to just share, what is your ultimate lesson you'd love to to teach? What is your dream lesson? And so that's what we're going to do. You'll have new things to do connected to your unit plan for the next week. But that's our plan for this week 1. If you have any questions, just send me a direct message and I'll be excited to help. Take care, folks.